Hi everyone, welcome back. My name's Emma if you're new here, and this is my Caddy Maxi Life Maggie that I built myself in the last couple of years. And for the last couple of months I've been thinking it would be nice to be able to watch a film or watch a box set or something in Maggie. We've been getting a lot of weird weather sometimes, and it would be nice just to have that option. I wanted something that was relatively inexpensive, something that I could hotspot off of my phone, and then I came across monitors. I was watching Rob and Dob, which is a YouTube channel, and Rob has got quite a decent gaming setup in his van and he uses a monitor. I thought, ideal. So I had to look into them and I thought, great, sounds pretty simple. I just plug my phone into it, it'll mirror it, that'll be fine. Turns out it's not that simple. So while I was still thinking about this option, I actually got bought one as a present. So this is the Arzopa. And then I came across this, which is a Roku. I hadn't actually ever seen these before, but I started reading about them and watching a few YouTube videos, and it seemed on paper to be perfect. Now I've gone for the Roku Express. There is a 4K version as well. Now that had a plug in the box, so I was a bit unsure whether that would actually work in a 12-volt system. I thought maybe it needed plugging into the mains, even though it does come with a USB-A as well. So I've ordered this one because it just comes with the USB and the HDMI to connect to the monitor, so it looked like the best option. So on Saturday, which turned out to be the hottest day of the year so far, I set about moving a cable from one side of the van to the other so that I could plug both the Roku and the monitor in on the same side of the van. So I'll show you that next. So this is my fuse box in the back of the van, and you can see all the cables come in through the left. So what I did was pulled one back through that wasn't being used, and then I've rerouted it to go underneath the boot of the car where the leisure battery is, and then it goes up underneath the seating area and back into the van the other side. So this is the cable that I've just rerouted from the other side of the van, and I've put this on here, which is a nice quality socket. You can see on there it's 5 volt, which is what the monitor needs. The problem is with this one is I've got to drill a big hole. So I have got this one, which is also, you can see that, it says 5 volt. For this one I would just need to drill a small hole for the cables to go through, and then the wires from this one I can connect to the other one, and then it's got a little cover that goes over it. It's not quite as smart, but I might have to do it, it'll be a lot easier. I'm going to have to go with the easy option and small hole. It's just too hot to be drilling holes today. I may change it later in the future, but I think for now I'll just get this easier one in and make sure it works. So this is the situation we got going on right now. Top tip, if you're doing any work in a small space, put everything little in the tub, and you don't lose all your little screws and bits and pieces. First thing I'm going to do is get some masking tape and mask up where I'm going to drill the hole. 12 and a half is 6. About there. And if I just offer up the cover to see what it's going to look like. I don't know if you have the switch at the top or the bottom, not sure. Probably at the top maybe. And the wires for this one are pretty much exactly in the halfway point. So it'd be like that. So what I'm going to do, just so there's not sawdust everywhere, is put a tea towel down in the hole. Yep, that's come through nice on the other side. Check the wires fit through. Yep, they're going to go through. Take the tape off. Just get a wet wipe on that, see if I can get that off. Better. There you go, changed to a little one, as you can see. Small drill bit, just for a pilot hole. He's on there, and then that one just clips over the top. So now I just need to connect these two to these two. Right, so next we'll look at the Arzopa and the Roku and the unboxing, what you get in the boxes and how they fit together. So, opening the box up, you first get your warranty card and instruction manual, and then you get your monitor cover, which is magnetic and clips to the back of it. It also folds up to a stand. Then you get your monitor in a plastic cover. Then you get 3 cables in the box. There's USB-C to USB-C, a HDMI to mini HDMI, and a USB-C to USB-A. Let's have a quick look at the monitor. So it's a 15.6 inch 1080p monitor, and on one end it just has the 2 Type-C ports and the mini HDMI. The smart case that comes with it is magnetic and just sticks to the back of the monitor, and then you lift it up, fold the front forward, and then that stops it slipping forward while you're using it. Let's have a look at the Roku Express. This is the HD. There is a 4K version as well, but as the Arzopa is 1080p, this is more than good enough. So in the box you've got the Roku remote control, the Roku device itself, 2 batteries, your quick start guide, and also a sticky pad. In another box there's the 2 cables, one for the power and one for the HDMI to HDMI. And this is just some of the apps that you can use on the device. Right, let's try and get this set up and see if it's actually going to work. So having a quick look at the quick start guide, it all seems pretty straightforward. Also in the box you get some stickers. Let's have a quick look at the Roku remote. So it's got some basic menu functions, and also it has 4 buttons that are shortcuts to some popular channels. It was at this point I had a complete brain melt, and I thought, it's HDMI to HDMI, it's not going to work. Then I remembered it's got HDMI to mini HDMI that comes with the monitor, so let's hope that works. Oh, thank goodness, it's the right ones. So then I plugged the HDMI that came with the Arzopa into the Roku, and the other end will go into the monitor. And then this one is the power cable that came with the Roku, so that plugs into there, and then the other end goes into your power source. And then on the front of the Roku there's a sticker just showing you where to point the remote. That's the receiver for it. Then I pop the batteries into the remote. So the cable that's already in the monitor is the power cable for the monitor that came with it. And then we just need to connect the HDMI, the mini one, to the monitor. And then that's everything connected and ready to plug into the power source. Okay, so it turns out that I can't connect to my hotspot at the moment. It might be because my battery's almost flat on my phone, so I'm going to go and charge it and try again. So while I was waiting for my phone to charge, I've brought the Roku and the monitor into the house and connected it to my home broadband just so I can start getting updated and get some apps on there. And also there's an app that you can download for your phone, and then you can use your phone as a remote and to control your Roku as well. I'm setting this up on my iPhone, but I know that it's available on the Google Store as well, so it should work on other phones. At this point, it asks you to set up your Roku account, and it also asks for payment details, so you can use your bank account or PayPal in case you need to download or pay for any films, or if you have any subscriptions to pay for. There we go, we're all updated and everything's all working well. Managed to get it to hotspot off my phone now, and that's pretty much it. So you've got your monitor and your cables and the Roku. So I'm going to plug it back into the van now and get it all set up ready, and then we're ready to go. So the other option that I use for internet, which I tend to use more in the summer because I'm out in the van more, is a TP-Link. And this is basically, you put your data sim in this and you use it as a hotspot. So I use Smarty for mine. You can change the plan monthly if you want to. If you're going to be using more, you can get an unlimited for the month, or you can use less if you need to. So it's pretty adaptable, and you can cancel it at any point, so there's no contract or anything. So I do already have a tablet holder in my van. I'm hoping the monitor's going to fit in this because it just sort of swings out from the wall and it's quite adjustable. So I'm going to see if I can fit it on that and see what happens. So first let's take the front off of it. Just press the buttons on the back and that bit unclips. Then I'm going to take the monitor out of the cover because I don't want that to be in the way. So there we have the monitor, and then that hooks over the top there, on the bottom there. Make sure it's in the middle, and then we can clip it back onto the mount. Alright, so let's get the table set up and get it plugged in. So this is the home screen, and then with the remote you can just go through, pick what you want to watch. There's loads more apps to add to this yet. And for anybody wondering what I'm powering it on, I've got a power bank which is a Bluetti, and I've also got a leisure battery in the car which is 120 amp hour. Hey everyone, so it's about a week later and I'm just going to give you a quick update on how I'm getting on with this. So far loving it, it's really good. The speakers probably could do with being a little bit better, they're a little bit tinny, but no problems with the screen. It's quite a nice quality for a 1080p, and it works well with my phone, and it doesn't seem to use a lot of power, so win-win. So I was just going to go through some prices with you of what I've got. So the Roku itself was $24 or $24.99. Nothing else you need with that. And then the monitor was 70 something. This one was bought for me, so I'm not sure exactly, but I've seen them for between 70 and £100. So it's around about £100 for the setup, and then you just need a hotspot for something to run it, and your power source obviously. So power bank, it seems to use about 5 watts, or you just run it off your leisure battery like I've been doing. So our lovely British weather seems to have vanished, so I'm going to have an afternoon in the van. Got a drink, and I've brought popcorn, and I'm going to find a film and just chill. So then I thought I'd try... No, mine's gone blank. I've completely forgot what I was going to try. So then I was going to try this. No. I was going to try this. So then I came across this. Then I came across this. Anyone that has brain fog, the words come out eventually. And for anyone that's wondering what I'm powering it from, I've got a leisure battery. It's an AG... No, it's not. Oh my word, tongue tied today. Let's try again. You know, somebody said to me on a previous video that I sound like I'm reading. I really wish I was sometimes, so I wouldn't get so tongue tied. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you again soon.